Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm All Things Wrestling, and today I'm going to be giving my review for WWE Raw 18th of February 2019. We kick off the show with a graphic in memory of Pedro Morales. May he rest in peace. Then Triple H enters the ring, said history was made last night. Sasha and Bayley won the first women's tag championships. Not really, because they've had women's championships before. Here's a spoiler. Finn Balor won the Intercontinental title. Kofi Kingston did an amazing job and nearly won the WWE Championship. Becky came out and showed that 60-day suspension is not going to stop her from getting to Charlotte or Ronda. And they said if Becky does it again, she'll get arrested. But he thought it was pretty cool. It's also here to announce that D-Generation X will be going into the Hall of Fame this year, which everyone already knows. Then he talks about the fact that he oversees the third global brand, NXT. Tonight you'll be seeing Ricochet, Aleister Black, Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa making their Raw debut, which is amazing. Amazing to announce that those guys are going to be on the show. And then we're going to have a table match between Braun Strowman and Baron Corbin to start the match. To start the show, sorry. Yeah, that was a pretty good announcement, pretty good promo. I enjoyed it. He talked about China and it was pretty good. Pretty good. I enjoyed it. It's a solid 7 out of 10 promo. Then Baron Corbin versus Braun Strowman. All hell broke loose. A lot of table spots with the announce table and a lot of just carnage steps. But it did end when Baron Corbin did a running power slam straight through a table into the corner. Well, a lovely spot. Braun Strowman won. He then grabbed Paul Heyman, and Paul was screaming, "You're hurting me! You're hurting me! I'm just an advocate!" And then he let him go and walked away. And then Paul Heyman just had to take 5 minutes while the commercial happened to compose himself. The match was pretty decent. I'm going to give it a solid 3 out of 5. It was an enjoyable experience. Then Paul Heyman came and talked about Brock Lesnar, and here's a promo package saying that he worked on a farm, had to do a lot to put food on the table. He became WWE. He beat Rock within 6 months of being here, and then after 2 years he had no challengers, so he moved to UFC where he slaughtered all the competition again and then left because there was no challengers. Spoiler, he lost his last 3 UFC fights, so there was challengers, he just couldn't be arsed anymore. So yeah, I'm not going to tell you fake facts, am I? Fuck you, Paul Heyman. And then he's going to destroy Brock Lesnar at Suplex City. This isn't a spoiler. This is just how the story of Seth Rollins ends. That might have been the end of the video, but yeah. It was not bad. I give it a solid 6 out of 10. Then Finn Balor comes out and then says he's going to continue the legacy of the title that he's holding. Lio Rush interrupts and said Bobby Lashley deserves to be Intercontinental Champion. Bobby attacks from behind. Lio Rush joins in the attack. Then Ricochet makes his way out to the ring, dropping Lashley with a missile dropkick. Then we have a tag team match. Player. Oh, take long. Ricochet and Finn Balor versus Bobby Lashley and Lio Rush. Good back and forth. Decent tag team match. You had a lot of the 4 guys. You had Lio Rush getting tagged in, cutting off the corner so Finn couldn't get to Ricochet and vice versa. It was a really good technical wrestling match for that, but it did end with Ricochet did a springboard dropkick and then a 630 for the 3 count. So it was a great way for him to win his first match and get a good rub because he beat Lashley, who's a decent competitor, and he was with Finn Balor. So that was good. Then we have Drew McIntyre wants to talk to Hunter. He says he can't help but notice the red carpet being rolled out for the NXT stars. He wants to prove himself and wants Seth Rollins. Dean Ambrose stops by and says if he isn't doing anything tonight, what about him? Dean slaps Drew and walks away. Hunter says Drew if he still wants Seth or does he want Dean? Drew wants Dean. Not a bad backstage segment, 5 out of 10. Then the Lucha House Party makes their way to the ring, which gets got off by showing what happened last week. Shows how much you care about them. It was Lince Dorado and Grand Metalik versus Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins, as you should guess already. The Lucha House Party won. Yeah, that was meh. 2 out of 5. Heavy Machinery on the stage, and then they said that they asked what the WWE can do universe except for them. Tucker said that blue collared, solid, and they get the job done. They love getting in the nice sweat in the gym and a large amount of red meat. Otis reminds us that it's steak and weights. They asked who are they going to look forward to facing. Tucker said they have each other's back. Lacey Evans interrupt, made her way down the ramp, decides to go back to the back, but stops and looks at Otis and Tucker. They struck down the ramp and they bushwhacker their way back up the ramp and circle Lacey. So God knows what's going on there. Weird exchange. 4 out of 10. We then have Gargano and Ciampa in the back. They're stopped by Rude and Gable. They're congratulating them on the debut, but Bobby wonders why they're getting a match against a Revival. They should start at the bottom. Johnny says they've had a run in NXT for 2 years and they're taking over. The Revival stopped by and said how they came from the bottom. Master Ciampa said they're here to make their reputation at the Revival's expense. And then the Revival introduced themselves for some reason like they've never met, which was weird. But them two have a match, in a non-title match, the Revival versus DIY. It was a fairly decent exchange. You had the knee and super kick combo to end it. It was a fairly decent match, to be fair. I did enjoy it. A solid 4 out of 5 for me. Good match. DIY versus Revival is always welcome on any show, for my opinion. Then we see Finn and Ricochet talking in the back. They talked about Finn's victory, said congratulations, and said about his first win with Ricochet. Finn said he had his match last night, but tonight is about Ricochet. He welcomed him to Raw. He said, you can visualise to reach your dream, but it will never happen the way you planned. Once you realise your dream, you think you have seen the last of him, you are only seeing the beginning. He'll show you why there's the one and only Ricochet. Trust me, if you've never seen Ricochet before, keep an eye on him. He is fantastic. He does great work in NXT. He does fantastic work when he was on the Indies. He's just one of the best. We see Ruby Riott and Ronda Rousey preparing for the match, where Ronda was just doing loads of punches. This isn't MMA. More on that rant later. Then we see Kevin Owens in the movie theatre. He said he's training, having fun with his family, getting ready for his turn. Kevin's son stops by with some popcorn. He's reminded of perspective and said he's ready to fight again. His son had no change for him when he gave him a 20 for popcorn and soda. It was funny enough. 6.5 out of 10. Did enjoy it. Then Bayley and Sasha got in the ring and got emotional about their living the dreams and the evolution and the same old shit that we've heard thousands of fucking times from both of them. Nia Jax comes out and said nobody cares, no one wants to see this nauseating love fest. For once I agree with Nia Jax. Still don't like her, but she actually said what I was thinking. Congratulations for winning the title. We're going to come and take them. Sasha will lose in her first defence. You got lucky at the pay-per-view. Nia tried to get in the ring. Got put in a bank statement. Tamina saved her. Yeah. That's going to get a 3 out of 10 for me. And that's being generous. Then Drew McIntyre versus Dean Ambrose. Dean with a suicide dive, net breaker, claymore kick, second claymore kick, win. It was like a minute match. Okay. That was okay. Give it a 1 out of 5. There wasn't much to say about it. Then we have the second half of the Paul Heyman video, which I did allude to the fact they said this is going to be the end of the story for Seth Rollins. He'll leave the Universal Champion at WrestleMania. Okay, yeah. Give it a 6 out of 10. Dean stops by and he's still in pain for what happened in the ring. Seth said if he can help him, he says, whoever said to help him, he said, have you lost your mind? He shrugs and walks away. Don't know what's going on there. Then Elias in the ring says, I'm going to play a song for myself, interrupted by Aleister Black. He said, if you want silence, and I'll put you in a deep sleep. because tonight you'll be fading to black. Good, solid match. Elias missed the shot on clothesline. Black mass, 3 count. Give it a solid 3.5 out of 5. Then Ruby Riott versus Ronda Rousey. Ruby gets out the armbar, goes up, misses Ronda. Ronda goes up top, jumps on the outside onto the other Riott Squad members in the worst looking dive I've seen in a very long time, I'd like to mention that. And then retains with an armbar. And then everyone tries to attack Ronda and she fights them off. Ronda rant just at the end of this video. Fuck off with your MMA shit. This is WWE. This is a problem with Ronda I have. She wants all the judo throws and the arm bars and all this. It's not a wrestling match. She's not wrestling in this. She's just doing MMA moves while everyone else carries her. It's terrible. Just learn to wrestle, Ronda, or fuck off, please. Because for God's sake, I don't know why this main evented over Aleister Black versus Elias. Because that match would have been a hell of a lot better show than this was. It was shit. It was terrible. Just no one believes she's going to lose it because she's going to go on to WrestleMania and lose it to somebody else because, yeah, fuck off, Ronda. Go and have a family or whatever you're going to do because, for God's sake, most of us are getting sick of you. For God's sake. That's my rant over. Overall, the show was pretty decent. I'd have to give it a solid 7 out of 10 for a show. It was solid, maybe even 7.5. Yeah, I'm going to go 7.5 out of 10. Because all the NXT call-up was good. You had a good few matches with the NXT call-ups. And yeah, it was decent. Now, as always, if you have enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Please support me on Patreon. I'll link in the description below. Subscribe to more content and I'll catch you later. Bye.